Dr.Guldal Kava. Welcome. Perfect reading. Can you hear me? Is it reading well? All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. It is so good to be here. And in the ancient Manita tradition, we always say it is good for us to be here. So I'm going to invite everyone to say that with me. It is good for us to be here. Carrie, your reading was exactly perfect synchronicity, because that is the experience of the talk today. It couldn't have been better said and better united and created. So we will step off from that. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Guldal. I'm a psychologist, a naturopath, and a medicine woman, which means that I get to have the privilege of always living on a bridge and interconnecting and seeing whole pieces. And I get to walk through the world in that way, teaching, healing, being a spiritual leader, being an intuitive, an empath, and pulling all of those pieces together. I'm going to move this up just a bit. Is that better? Yes. That way I'm not bending over. In the tradition of being a spiritual leader in the Native American Church of Nemenhah, it is very important that we start each process, whether it's teaching or walking or healing, in ceremony. So our bundle carries all of the symbols of our ceremony, but when we travel, and when I travel, we take a symbol of that ceremony, of that bundle. We open that up in ceremony. So today, as part of the talk, I decided to bring this piece for ceremony. It's wrapped in a blanket that was, everyone can see this blanket right here, that was knitted by 13 children, all who are learning disabled, and these are the colors of the medicine wheel. And I'm bringing pieces made by children because children have a way of just being aligned, right? They're always in focus, they are in trance, we can't pull them out of play, they're just there. And it is that we adults search so hard for, and we read about, and we think about. So I brought pieces, symbolic pieces for our healing today and our learning today that were made by children. The most important element today is the pipe. This pipe was carved by a 13-year-old as she was putting her intention for her future. And in the Native American tradition, the pipe in two pieces is extremely meaningful. It means that alone, we are nothing. This pipe without the other piece is absolutely useless. So it symbolizes the unity of when we come together, we have a beautiful whole. The smoking of the pipe represents peace. This unity represents being able to connect to each other through our hearts to Awaken, which is the word for spirit or God. The smoke is the way to speak to the ancestors, but it's also a way to heal. So today in ceremony, we ask Awaken to bless our healing today. And that will sit here to represent, without each other, we have nothing. Oh, I'm going to set my timer. I think I better set my timer, because I'll talk way too long. Okay. I'm sorry?
Keep on going.
Keep on going. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This place does have an incredible vibration bar. It really does. When we were here last week for the ordination, wasn't that powerful? And look, it's still a wedding. I'm so excited that I get to be a part of this beauty here. We typically approach, and it's very much what Carrie's reading was about, we typically approach our life and our days through automatic process. We wake up in the morning, and as much as we try to be mindful, and I think this crowd more than others are a little more mindful or prayerful, meditative in the beginning of the day. But we're still human, and our challenge, the greatest human phenomenon is, how do we become one? How do we become this union? How do we become always spontaneous right action? Patanjali, the father of yoga, in one of his sutras, which is, he uses the Sanskrit terms pratibat vasarnam, which means with intuition comes spontaneous right action. So our challenge always is to, how do we bridge the way we're wired as human beings to become what our soul desires us to be. And it's interesting because we live in this time where things are accelerating, right? People have noticed this acceleration. But those of us that are 40 and over, sitting at 39, gonna hang on to it. Those of us that are 40 and over, we've had to like sludge through quicksand, right? Our spiritual growth has been very slow, very sluggish. We keep falling back. But look at the young ones. Look at these kids in their 20s and their 30s. They are surpassing us so quickly. But it is still our job, not only for our own soul growth, but for that entire community of spirituality and soul healing and light, that we continue to do our work. And yet we are hardwired in to automatic process. We are hardwired into fear, as the writing talked about. So when we stay into alignment with our internal self, we can change fear. But before I do a lot of talking, I'm going to take us down a little journey, if everybody is willing. When the divine works through some people, and I'm supposed to be stepping out of the closet, so I'll say it's me as well. When things channel through or come through, it becomes much more important to listen not only with your ears, but listen with your whole body, because you are not only being guided by words. There is an incredible amount of energy that's in this space and that will continue to come. And we're going to set the stage today, so please close your eyes. And I invite you to attend not only to my voice. Oh, you are? Oh my goodness. Oh, I do. I'm sorry. I'll try to do this. Thank you for speaking up. When I'm listening, I tend to kind of fade. So is that better? Yes. Thank you. Just raise your hand if you see that again, okay? Because I get to listening and forget I'm supposed to be talking. So please close your eyes. And we're going to do a simple exercise in this moment. But this exercise is designed to awaken not only understanding, but to shift your entire frequency. This is an attunement as well. Each of us have a third eye that we understand to be the eye of God, the seat of the soul. And we have our third eye that functions in cognition. And the human brain prefers to understand everything. So as I am speaking these words, feel the energy between your eyebrows. Feel my words. Feel the breath coming from my lips just moving across your foreheads, between your eyebrows. And if your mind starts wandering, know that there will be an angel that will tap you on the back of the head and bring you right back. So pay attention to that. So as you're putting the energy between your eyebrows and your forehead, feel the middle part of your brain. Feel it awaken as the whispers come through your third eye, come through your forehead, deep, deep, deep into the middle of your brain. Uncluttering, releasing. And now, in true alignment, feel the love open from your heart. The compassion for yourself, others. Because without heart, the third eye, it stands like just one part of the pipe. And as you enter your third eye with your heart, open the very top of your head, your crown chakra, and notice the light that just pours down into your crown and balances your third eye with your heart. Now you'll feel a vibration, some of you more in your body. Everybody has their own way, some in a song. This alignment transcends thought. Now there's the color blue that has just enveloped all of you. Hold this blue, hold the warmth, feel the sensation in your body. When you are in alignment like this, there is no thought, even though there may be words. Feel the pulse. Awaken yourself to true oneness, like the pipe. And from here, we will continue our talk. So the words that I speak will come across to you in an energy transmission and enter your aligned body. And by the time you leave here today, you will leave with your cells and your molecules changed. Something shifted in your brain. And definitely knowing how to be in this space anytime you want to call it up, because it's that fast. So when you're ready, slowly come back and open your eyes. How'd that feel? Okay, it's getting a little intense in here, right? We are wired. The human phenomenon is to transcend human wiring. It's such a paradox. Thank you, Susan. Such a paradox. We are here to understand our human wiring, transcend it, and become one with light. No wonder it takes millions of lifetimes. Like, who can do that? It's been so hard, right? But it's not anymore. We live in this beautiful time where mysticism and spirit and light and science and physics are all merged. We've all converged in one place, and everyone is getting the same message. What Carrie read today are exact same words that you hear come through the channels, the guides for Paul Selig, that have come through me and Ken, Dr. Davis over there when we were working on our innerpathic process. It's all the same source. And yet we have to get over ourselves. We have to get over and out of our own way. The problem with this has been typically, and I see this all the time in my work as a therapist as well as a spiritual guide and a healer, we blame and we shame. Especially a group like this, I should know better. Anybody ever go there? Right? I should know better. I study this stuff. I read it every day. I'm mindful. That is huge, because then it's the blame and the shame. It's even worse. You know, that's where ignorance is a little bliss. You can't know better cognitively. It's impossible. We can know enough to help change the way our brain is wired. We are wired for survival, right? Survival of the fittest, evolution. Our brain holds every negative thought, every negative experience, anything that's been a stressor or a trauma. It holds it, sends a message right through our central nervous system, and that's our automatic. So we could know better, but here's the thing. Now this is something that mystics and people like Patanjali and the rishis and all of these ancient saints would tell us. Thought, we now know, lovely science, which I love, and I could soapbox on that, but I'm not going to. But we now know that 5% of our functioning is the frontal lobe. 5% of our functioning is what we know, which means 3 to 5% of our vibration is what we know, what we think, what we say. The other 95% is automatic. So when you say I should have known better, that's a waste of energy. What we need to do is say, oh, what was that? I just got really mad. I'm supposed to be mindful and full of bliss, and I just got really mad. So we can do one of two things. We can say, I should know better, and we can try to bury that mad, which is not the idea. Or we can go in with an alignment, like you were just received today, and say, wonder what that's about. And you sit. Be mad, so what? We have anger for a reason. Obviously, we don't want to be violent. Learn from that. Because the area that holds the trauma sits right on top of our limbic system. And when you line up your crown chakra and your third eye, you're sitting right on top of the emotional center and the amygdala of the brain. That is not an accident. So everything that holds, danger, 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 is actually holding the space of the third eye and the crown. So our job, our responsibility as human beings isn't, I should have known better, or, oh, I knew that. It's, oh, something's wired in here. It's my responsibility to see if I can release that, understand it, open it. And you'd be so surprised as to what shows up. Has anyone, just a quick raise of hands, anyone had that experience, the difference between I should have known better and unraveling and unveiling? right? It's an amazing thing. Now, what's also true is we're never finished. So if anyone ever says to you, oh, I'm enlightened, run! Like, run so fast. Just run. Because that person's not looking inside. They're trying to fix you. That's always a problem. So what we want to do is, if 95% of our vibration then is what's subconscious, this is where human beings also get really frustrated. Intention, manifestation, right? Cognition, understanding, framework, they're really important. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, like I can't get enough learning. It gives us a framework, it gives us language, and it lets us off the hook. Now that you know that 95% of your vibration is your subconscious and all that's unfinished, you can let yourself off the hook for not manifesting your desires. That doesn't mean you don't have a responsibility, but it certainly means you can put the whip away, put it down already, and say, how do I step into the alignment? That's the issue. We're not in alignment. 5% of us is working its little tail off, thinking, manifesting, thinking, writing, thinking. 95% is going, I'm afraid. I'm scared. I don't believe I'm worthy. I'm not good enough. I'll never have. And it's vibrating into the universe. And this group understands what that vibration does. It repels, it attracts, it creates. How many of us have created one of our fears like in the last couple of months? Anybody? Yeah, a couple? Anybody willing to admit it? You know, they don't have to be giant ones, but they keep creeping in there. That's why. That's why. So to step into alignment means we have to do something experiential, energetic for ourselves to get, I'm not in alignment. If I'm going to realize my desire and my potential, that 95% needs to be in awareness, not in out of awareness. So how do we do that? We do that by allowing our brain to get quiet for just a second and taking a simple breath like we just did a minute ago. Now, although I've engaged your brains in talking today, how many can feel me? Right? Okay. Do you feel something happening? I was guided that today would be a healing for this room, that the words were secondary. So Carrie spoke most of the words. I didn't have to. It was perfect, right? That's synchronicity. When it's in the hands of the divine, it flows like water. It just does. If it's not flowing, if you have not realized your desire or your potential, including me, right? Any of us, if we have not realized some of our desires and potential, you're not doing it wrong. Something's unfinished, period. Because the truth of it is, we can manifest anything. If there's nothing in the way of the flow in the stream. That's it. If there's something in the way, if something is stagnant, find it. You don't have to excavate. It will come to you. It always does. Because we have a committee, then we have a subcommittee, then we have the other committee, and then we have the little whispers in the dark, right? The little whispers in the dark, and the little whisper is always the theme of our wound, the theme of this karmic incarnation. Nickel short, always them, not me. Everybody has that little voice at night. Find him or her. Find the voice. Don't shamefully hide it. Find that voice. Bring it up to surface. Hold it in compassion. Because ultimately, the only way to heal is to be heard. We just want to be heard. And we've all been around little children. Mommy, mommy, look, mommy, look, mommy, look, mommy, look. Right? Are you looking? Look, I'm jumping in the pool. Are you looking? We just want to be heard. And we spend all of our energies trying to get others to see us, feel us, hear us. All the transformation stories, all the fairy tales, they're a piece of our subconscious. But we externalize. So Prince Charming is really ourselves. Sleeping Beauty is a piece of ourselves. Who we're rescuing is us. Who needs to be rescued is us. When we step in, when we can own full body in our soul and let our soul call, and we can listen and hear that soul call, we're claiming that. We become Cinderella, we become Prince Charming. That transformation is what the call is. And the transformation is light. And maybe a pretty dress. I'm about pretty dresses. But it's about light. Because if I'm light, I can have any pretty dress I want. The birds will bring it, pumpkins will be carriages. Sai Baba, right? He used to manifest stuff all the time. It's typically what happens. When your minds wandered today, did anybody feel a little? You did, right? I asked the angels to come in and do that for you today. Or they told me they would. I'm not in charge. They are. They told me they would. And I love that because it's such a reminder that the divine is always with us. Whether it's the ancestors, whether it's the siddhas, angels, gods, goddesses, mystics, the ascended masters, they're everywhere. Plenty to go around. And they're all here right now. So that we can learn how to become in alignment, so that we can be the one pipe that represents all things in unity and transcend those moments. So the only thing really we have to do is to remember, which is the hard part. And I'm just as guilty. I can get up in the morning and have 500,000 things to do, and it's noon, and I'm like, oh, I rushed out of bed, now it's noon, and what happened? We're human. Our very experience here is that we're here to do that heaven on earth thing. We're here to transcend and change at a cellular level. It's not an easy job, but once we do it, it was like the easiest thing ever. Persistence, discipline, devotion to self, devotion to our own soul, devotion to the change so that we're not owned by that 95%. But more that 95% and 5% become 100. And when our central nervous system acts up, we're like, something's wrong. I can't stop thinking the same thought. What is it about that thought? Why am I mad at that person? Oh, I'm not getting what I want. Or they were mean to me. Own that, step into alignment with it, take a deep breath, open both third eyes. Information, seat of the soul. Open your heart, open your crown. Boom, instant alignment. Again, I'm supposed to stop talking. Okay. So, any of you that have ever worked with me one-on-one, know that if we move something in the body, it's gone. So just a show of hands, as we were speaking today, as I was speaking today, did you get images or thoughts or hits of what's unfinished that needs to be unfinished for you to manifest and realize? Okay, everybody a little bit, right? Okay. Would you like to do another exercise as we wrap up today? Okay, thank you. Close your eyes. The angels are here again. They'll hit you in the head, so don't worry about focus. They'll keep you on task. Now feel a hand at the back of your neck. And that hand is mine. And that hand is guided. As the divine guides my hand holding your neck, notice. Notice how your body just wants to just exhale and let it exhale. You are supported. You are always supported. Every single one of us are here because we're supposed to be. Now, see a beam of light in your third eye, like a laser beam coming from me, which is coming through the divine, through me to you. Laser beam of white light into your third eye. And now you see a white light going through your eyes into your third eye. And that laser beam kicks up a little flame deep into your pineal gland. Tiny little flame. And that flame is burning away what's on top of the pineal gland, a little bit higher, which is the amygdala. It's burning away some of what's unconsciously scary. And as that flame continues to awaken all of your brain, the flame turns to white flames. And it fills your whole head. And sometimes that happens as people clear sorrow, grief, fear. Now that light, bam, it's in your heart. And feel yourself as Prince Charming and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. Remember, each story is about being seen. I am not a scrubber girl, I am a princess. I'm not a frog, I'm a prince. See me, I see me. The I Am sees me. Now as that seeing light moves through your entire body, feel it starting to change the molecules in the cells. Feel them dancing and awakening, some dark areas fading away. Releasing from your tailbone. Blossoms of flowers and butterflies popping out of your heart. Whatever healing. Find the sadness and sorrow in your lungs and let the light heal what it can today in your highest good. And as the intention is set for the highest good, for the healing of your soul today, let the light work through your arms, your back. With the pressure of my hands still on your neck, you may feel hands around you working. There are all kinds of healing spirit guides in the room today working on all of you. Many of you may feel something on your lungs and your chest. Somebody has a backache. It's being worked on. Somebody's ears are plugged. And during all of this, your crown is opening more and more. And your third eye holds God, whatever God image that you have, whether it's light or an image, it's all the same. And say these words, I step into my alignment today.
I step into my alignment today.
I am.
I am.
I am light. I am healed.
I am light. I am healed.
And now we're going to move that energy into the earth. Mother Earth needs some fertilizer. Let's give her all she needs. It's that time of year. Just going to shore it up. So from the tips of your fingers and the bottoms of your feet, release, release, release. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes as you step into the creation of your own alignment. And it is this vibration that will attract what you want and you need. It is the belief of alignment that will bring you all that you desire that's in your highest good today. When you're ready, you can come back. It's a little bit of a shift, right? Yeah. These are tools. These are attunements. It's a change in frequency. If tomorrow, an hour from now, 5 minutes from now, you don't feel this frequency, it's in you. Call it up. The more you call it up, the more your body remembers it, the more you create neurochemical pathways, brand new train tracks. We just have to build new ones. The old ones block us, but we have to know what they are. We have to image changing them. Even if we don't know all of them, we have to move them. Before cell phones, I knew 200 phone numbers. I was so proud. I don't even know my own phone number. Why? Because I don't need those tracks anymore. Those neurochemical pathways disappeared from lack of use. They atrophied, and in place of them, now I know how to text and play Candy Crush. But you see the point. Build new tracks. I thank you very much.